Oh, wow, aren't you Kim Lochner, the rock star history teacher from Queensland, Australia?
Present. And aren't you Colby Burnett, the effervescent history teacher from Chicago and Jeopardy champion?
Oh, please. We're both educators and therefore peers.
Agreed. Can I have your autograph?
Welcome to the World History Project, WHP. We are excited for you to join us on this journey through world history. Sure, this course addresses some of the biggest questions in the history of the world, but we don't stop there. WHP aims to make history usable and useful in a way that helps students not only understand the past, but navigate their world today. Along the way, your students will pick up some important skills and they might even develop a love of history. WHP is more than a collection of classroom materials. It's a community of teachers, scholars, and historians working together to identify the narratives that shape our world. Because, in reality, history is made up of a lot of different narratives from a lot of different people. And we are just trying to make sense of all those stories.
So, in the upcoming sessions, we'll focus in on the core skills and practices that students will develop by taking part in this course. Let's start, though, with how the course is actually structured. World history classes around the globe don't always cover the same time period. So, we have our own way to deal with these differences in periodisation. WHP offers one course, Origins, that starts at the beginning of time as we know it, the Big Bang. We have another course, 1750, that starts in, well, you guessed it, 1750. Even if these periodisation schemes don't match your needs perfectly, the material is easy to mix and match however you like. You'll know how to hit that sweet spot for your students and your standards. We have a list of course plans that share what teachers are doing across a variety of contexts and states. And even if you aren't teaching WHP specifically, the way we address historical thinking skills and reasoning practices are likely applicable in just about any classroom.
Obviously, world history is big. It's literally all the things in the world and the universe. So one way we help navigate it all is by using narratives. Not one, but several. But first, we have to find these narratives. That's where frames come in. Frames are like lenses, and they help structure how students experience the course content. This approach highlights the idea that historical accounts are based on particular perspectives. More importantly, these frames provide students with big picture historical stories, providing a cohesive backdrop that lets students construct their historical understanding and involves their perspective. The frames of WHP are communities, networks, and production and distribution. You can learn more about them by watching the introductory frame videos found in the opening era and unit in each course. Additionally, you'll find frame videos at the beginning of each era and unit, which map out the kinds of changes which will occur in one or more frames in the lessons to come. Stories are important, but we can't stop there. Too often, students see history as a series of names, dates, places, and events. This is what happens when a history class is a content dump. And sure, content is as important to history as soil is to a tree. But what's sorely lacking from a content-only approach to history is the water and sunshine that can grow your students' ability to do something with history. This course wants students to use its stories instead of just repeat them. We have to be able to pick these stories apart, analyze them, and test their claims. That's when students can build their own frames. By teaching different historical thinking and reasoning practices, students pick apart the narratives presented to them and eventually learn to generate their own.
In the upcoming sessions, we'll dive into all of the WHP practices. Each is an integral part of this course. We'll give you an overview of each practice and why we think it's important. We'll get into how each WHP practice aligns with the content of world history. Can you imagine a chemistry classroom that's all books and no microscopes, flasks, or Bunsen burners? Students of history need their own type of experimentation, and our practices help them use the past and the history stories to understand what's made today's world. For each practice, we'll introduce you to a thinking tool. These thinking tools can be used to help structure both your teaching and student learning of each of these practices. Then, we'll give some examples of how teachers are using these tools in classrooms today. We'll describe how we progress through each practice so that by the end of the course, students are doing these on their own, often without the tool because it's already a habit. In addition to the tools, each practice has a deliberate series of spiralling activities in which there is progressively less scaffolding. By the end of the course, students have mastery of each of these practices.
Some of these tools are research-based, and others are derived from the experience of some of our greatest world history teachers. But rest assured, they are all classroom tested and student approved. What are the practices, you ask? They are reading, writing, claim testing, comparison, causation, continuity, and change over time. That's a mouthful. Let's just call it CCOT, contextualization, and sourcing.
Now let's dig in. Oh, and if you have any questions about any of these practices or anything else about the course, you're going to love our active WHP teaching community. How to join the community? Well, if you've already created an account with WHP at whp.oerproject.com, then you're already a member of the community. Just click Community in the upper right-hand corner and check out the conversations.
When you say upper right-hand corner, is that my right or your right?
You always do this.
I mean, it's because in Australia...
No, it's just the driving. Right and left are the same concept in the northern and southern hemisphere.
Okay, but is that my north or your north?
Oh, I am so leaving.